Hey guys, 10 seconds before we get started today, I made this video to help you, so please help me if it helps you. It only takes a second or two. It's a great help if you subscribe, like, and or leave a comment down below. That's it. Let's get started.
Hey guys, today we'll be doing the awesome, spectacular job of changing your brake pads on the 92 through 95 Honda Civic. Well, let's go ahead and get to it. Alright guys, and once you've got your wheel off and it looks something like that, you're going to go ahead and take your ratchet and a 12mm socket and go ahead and get that one little bolt that's holding your caliper in, and then we'll swing it around and take it off. Alright guys, now hopefully you can see what I've got going on over here. I'm just putting this ratchet here on this bolt, and let's make sure it's going the right way, and it is. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to give it a little tap. Come right off there, nice and loosened up. So we're going to go ahead and take that off, and the next thing we'll do is we'll take a flathead screwdriver and we're going to wedge it in here behind one of the pads, and we'll pull back like so, and that will compress the piston. As you can see, it's kind of slowly scooting forward there. Oh. And what that's, see how it's nice and loose now? What that's going to do is when we go to put our new pads in, since our brake pads will have more material, what it'll do is allow the room for them to fit in there, and then the piston to be pushed all the way back so the caliper can slide on top of the new brake pads. Alright guys, now once you've got your caliper piston compressed all the way back in, just go ahead and kind of take this off here, and you're going to have to pull this rubber piece right here back a little bit so that comes off nicely for you. And then you can just change the pads like this, and those actually look pretty good. They probably don't need to be changed, but what you can do is just hold up like this and switch the pads out, or I like to go ahead and take the caliper off like that right there, and then that way if you need to, if you're gonna change the rotors or have the rotor service, you can go ahead and do that too. These look like they could probably stand to be replaced. So that's pretty much it. Let's take a look here in just a second. We'll go to put them back on. Alright guys, and if you're gonna remove your rotor here, what you're gonna have to do is take the two 17mm bolts out that are holding this brake pad bracket or caliper bracket in. And fortunately I have to replace this piece, and I have one here to show you the back side. You got your two 17mm bolts right there. So you just go ahead and get you a socket and ratchet and break those off. You're gonna want to get a longer ratchet because it's they're on there pretty good. So get you a long ratchet and break it off there. And the next thing we'll do is take those screws out. So I'll see you then. Alright guys, and I just want to show you here, as you're taking this last bracket bolt out, it's gonna come off and it'll look something just like that. Alright guys, and the next fun task you have to do is to get these screws out. Now if you're really lucky, you can take a screwdriver and just go ahead and take it out, but 9 times out of 10 they're gonna be in there really tough. So if you're fortunate enough to have an impact screwdriver, then go ahead and use one of those, and if you know what it is, then I'm sure you know how to use it, but you just hold it up there, get it going the right way, and then give it a couple good hits there, and it works pretty well. But if you don't, like I don't today, and I do think I have one in my other location, but what you'll do is like I'm doing here, I'm going to take a big flathead screwdriver, get it in there, and then hit it going in the left position. And what that's going to do is it's going to free it up, and after about 30 to 40 minutes of agonizing hitting going in the left direction, you will eventually get them out. So go ahead and do that, and I'll show you what I've done here once I get those out. Alright guys, now once you've got your brand new pads here, you're going to go ahead and stick some brake grease on there. And what that'll do is it'll make it quieter and help them flow back and forth on the bracket there. And just going to go ahead and stick them back in there. And that's pretty much all there is to this guy. It is quite a task getting these pads back in there. You got to fight with those clips and all, but I'll go ahead and show you what we got when I'm dumping it. Alright guys, and just to let you know what I did here is I stuck that bottom end of the brake pad in there first, and then I kind of pulled this clip out here up. I pulled it out and then stuck the top end and the clip in at the same time. That makes it a little bit more easy. And then for the rear one, alright, and let's see if you can't see me doing the rear one back here. I'm gonna go ahead and stick it in there like that, and I'm gonna get the clip up on there like so. Alright there guys, and that one I just had this hammer sitting right here, I was able to just kind of tap it, and that helped it get in there. Well guys, that's pretty much all there is to slapping some new pads on there. Another thing you want to take notice of is the rotor and the service limit for the rotor. What you want to do is get your little tool with a little point, and it'll basically measure the rotor. You can ask the person in the parts store about it, they might be able to tell you. Get one of those, find out the number which represents the rotor minimum thickness, and go ahead and measure the rotor and make sure it's not below that number. And if it is, then you either need you have to get a new rotor. So go ahead and put it up. When you're going to put everything back together, just apply some brake grease. Apply some brake grease right there after you've cleaned it off. Just like that'll work. Slip it on there like so. And then down like so, and go ahead and put your caliper bolt in. Tight, not too tight. Just snug it down. You don't need to rip the threads out, just snug it on there, and then go ahead and put your wheel back on. Alright guys, and one more quick thing I need to add. When you saw me putting that last pad back on there, make sure you get the right one. I was actually putting on the one without the indicator, the wear indicator. So when you're on your passenger side or right side of the car, the wear indicator is going to be down here on the bottom. So, and then the other side, the wear indicator will be up here on the top. Alright guys, and a good thing to do when you're right here going to put the caliper bolt back in is pull this slide out, and if there's anything nasty on there, go ahead and wipe it off, and you can take this off too. Go ahead and wipe all that crud off, and take you some new brake grease, and make sure it's lubed up really well. If not, it can your caliper can lock up, and then it won't float freely back and forth, and that can cause a bad brake pad wear. So just keep that in mind. Thank you for watching, and join me next time on Honda Civic 2.1.